Hey, what is up? Today I'm going to be showing you guys an install on a double din radio in my car. So right now I already have a couple things already torn apart, so I'll go ahead and still show you like what you have to take off and everything. I also have to wait on a piece to come in order for me to finish this video. So right now I'm just starting this video on the same day that I was talking about doing the wrap and surprising Hunter with his wrap. So excuse me, geez. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I got here for a double din radio. I went ahead and got the JVC. This one is the part number KW-M560BT. This one has like Apple CarPlay. It's got like Android Auto, Bluetooth, Sirius XM, all that kind of stuff on here. And then it also functions with a reverse camera. So I went ahead and picked up this Metro one here, and it's a Metro Bullet backup camera. It's got a 170-degree angle on it. Still got to figure out exactly where I'm going to mount it, but it is going to go on there. This was one of the ones that was a display, so I actually got it a little bit cheaper than I would have gotten it brand new. This is like a, I think they said it was like a 70, might have been like a $50 or like $70 camera, something like that, and I got it for like 20 bucks. So we're gonna go ahead and throw it in, and then this one here is gonna be a lot better than what I have in the car currently. Right now I have a JVC radio in here, but I just have a small little single din, and so we're gonna replace that with a double din and see how it looks. So let's go ahead and get into what I would have to do to get to the single din. Okay, so first things first, you have to take off this little bottom panel here that it kicks, I guess you can call it like the kick panel. It's under the steering wheel. It's just four little, it could be Phillips. My car has some different stuff, so it could be Phillips, it could be 7mm. I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell you 100% because whoever had this car before changed it, so I have a little bit of everything. But I can tell you, for the bolts here, you should have a little tab that goes down here that's 7mm. You should also have one at the bottom. You should have a 7mm over in the glove box. You may have to remove the glove box to get it if you can't. But then that piece will slide off, and then you should just be able to take this little piece out that holds the radio in, and then there you go, then the radio is out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to take this piece out and pull the radio out. Okay, so I went ahead, took off the two 7mm like I was saying right there, and then there was a little 10mm that goes right there on that little stud, and then voila, it is loose, and you can take the radio pretty much out, and there you go. And then we'll just get into having to redo some wiring and stuff like that, but that is not a big deal. So let me go ahead and take this little cover thing off. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got in the box here. So here's the accessories list. It says it's got a quick start guide, extraction keys, microphone, extension cable, mounting sleeve, trim plate, screw kit, extraction key. I already said that. Oh, okay, different ones, I guess. Power cord, speaker cord. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull all this out. Alrighty guys, so now that we got the radio out and everything, I actually have my new one already wired up and ready to go. Just take your wires and follow the instructions. It's gonna tell you everything you need to know. So it pretty much will tell you, you know, you have like a green wire and then you got a green and black. So go off of your old plug and just literally go off of the wires that are already there. And I just went one at a time. So I would, you know, cut the one and cut whatever matches to that wire, and then take that wire, solder them together, heat shrink, and that made it so much easier, because then if you're going one wire at a time, you're not going to give yourself this big mess and then trying to re-figure out where everything goes. Don't do that to yourself. Just do one at a time. I did the bypass for my parking switch here. So typically you want this hooked up so that whenever your car is in park or you pull the e-brake, whatever, then you can access a bunch of the features in here to change things on the radio. I went ahead and grounded it out. That's all you have to do. If you just solder that in with your ground, you don't even have to worry about any of that. Honestly, safety purposes, I should say that you shouldn't do that, but honestly, probably the best thing to do is just to bypass it and ground it out. Then you have like a remote control thing, which I'm not worried about any of that. I tied in the reverse, so you just bring your one wire from your reverse plug and you take it to the one that is on the radio. So that is done as well. And the reverse camera, I ran the wires all the way from my spoiler back there up and around the hatch into the headliner, down the side, and then I had to take 2 of them back and tap into my reverse lights, and then I brought the rest of the wire up through the car, down through here, clear down the door, and all the way around to the radio. But they gave you plenty of length to do so in this car, so wasn't a problem. Some other things I'm not really going to be using are like the Sirius XFM thing. I'm not using that. I'm not going to worry about using some other stuff like the mic. I'm iffy if I'm going to hook it up or not. Not really sure. But everything will work. The radio works. If I put it in reverse, the camera works. And you can adjust things as you please. But what I'm going to do next in order to actually mount the radio is I have to cut out this part of the sub dash here. So what you want to do is you just want to make a cut down this side here, get that out, and then make a cut down on this side, and that should take this whole center piece out, so then you don't have to worry about it. So we're going to go ahead, cut that out, and then I should be able to use my new adapters and everything and put this radio in. So let's get to cutting. Alright. And there you go, you got your whole entire thing out. That's all you need out. You can just get rid of that. And now with the new brackets, this radio should mount right up in there. It's got little tabs to hold underneath of it, so you don't really need that little sub dash piece. So now we just got to get everything mounted on the radio, and then we can actually mount the radio into the dash here. Also, make sure that you take this off from around the radio before you try and install your little tabs to mount it, because those little brackets are not going to bolt with that on there. You have to take that off or else it's not going to work. Take them off, line them up, you know, get everything adjusted as you need to, and then put it in, and you should be just fine. You can sit there and kind of play with it. So like I kind of played with it to get it aligned a little better, and then I even took my trim pieces to make sure that it fit around there, because I'm gonna be taking it off anyways to do the whole flocking process like everything else. Got to do that to this, and then I'll actually finally mount it, but for now I just want to mount it on there just so I can go ahead and show you guys, you know, how everything fits whenever you're done. So let me go ahead and just bolt it in for now, just to have it on, and then we'll see how it looks. Alrighty, and then once you're done, you can go ahead. I went ahead and connected my phone via Bluetooth, but this is how everything turns out whenever it's done. It looks really good. And then also I have it set up so that if the car is in reverse, the reverse camera will kick on. Of course, if I had signal, which for some reason I'm not getting, so let me... Okay, now I just plugged it into the wrong thing on accident, putting it back in, but if you go ahead and put it in reverse, now the camera comes on. So everything works pretty well. And that's all for the installs. Okay, I hope everything went relatively smooth. If you have any questions about the install, you can always comment down below and I'll try and get to you as soon as I can. But overall, the install really wasn't as bad as what I was thinking it was gonna be. The hardest part really was just wiring in that reverse light. That was an absolute pain in the butt to do. Really just so many places you gotta feed it through and everything. It was just a mess. But overall, really not that bad of an install. So I hope it helps you guys out who are trying to put a double din in your 93 to 96 Camaro. And if you can, go ahead and drop a like on this video and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it as well. And stay tuned for the next video. We have a lot more to do, so there's going to be more coming. Thank you again, and y'all have a good day.